So, as you can see from this clip, I made a rookie mistake and forgot to check my microphone to see if it was working right. And this whole intro with me reviewing the stats of this 2020 Volkswagen Passat R-Line it's pretty much useless. So I'm going to throw in a voiceover here with some B-roll footage and review the stats for you guys real quick. So here we go. So this 2020 Passat R-Line has a 2-liter TSI engine. You may say, Cameron, that sounds great, but what's a TSI engine? Well, that's what I'm here for. So TSI stands for turbocharged stratified injection. It's pretty much the gas equivalent of the TDI. It is a 4-cylinder turbo with an intercooler and direct fuel injection, and all this pretty much just allows for higher torque at lower RPM, which equals more power for you and less stops at the gas pump. This does get 23 miles per gallon city, 34 miles per gallon highway. And going back to the higher torque at lower RPM, this produces 206 foot-pounds of torque at 1700 RPM. That's up 23 pounds from the previous years, and makes 174 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. It's front-wheel drive, it's a 6-speed automatic, and it's made in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now the R-Line, it's about mid-tier as far as the trim packages go on this, but it's not much different, honestly. You get a different front bumper, and it has 19-inch wheels and a few black bits here and there. This color is in pure white, and it's your perfect mid-size family sedan.
Whew! Dang, that's cold. My hands are numb from filming the B-roll and stuff like that. Like, I can't feel them. Heated steering wheel would be nice in here, but man, maybe I just put them on the seat warmer for a second. Whew. Well, let's take this Passat R-Line for a drive. Let's put it in normal. It's normal drive mode. It does have a sport mode in it. You know, driving this car over here, it felt like sport mode really didn't change anything like crazy. It felt like the steering maybe got a little more direct and the ride a little bit firmer, but I couldn't really tell a massive difference. The one thing that surprised me the most about driving this, you know, this is a mid-sized sedan, family sedan. I actually borrowed this car from my buddy, whose son's car seat is in the back, so getting the dad vibe in this right now, which is cool. It's a cool family car. But what surprised me the most, back on track here, is how sorry, gotta focus on driving for a second, is how responsive the steering felt. Now, I don't mean that it feels really sporty, but I was expecting to get in here, turn the car, or, you know, turn the wheel and have like a delay, but it's actually pretty responsive steering. It's really, really light, of course, and you feel a lot of body roll in the vehicle, but it's a lot more sporty as far as steering response than I was initially expecting. As far as the interior goes, I do like this interior. I think it's an overall really nice place to be. The only real thing that I don't like about the interior is this hard plastic here. This handbrake, it's a soft touch plastic. The door handle right here, not the door handle. Yeah, that'd be the door handle, not the doorknob, right? I don't know. Anyways, it's soft touch as well. It matches the handbrake. But then you get to up here where, you know, you might rest your arm or something like that. And then up here on the dash is a little bit softer than this door, which is a good thing, but I just feel like it could be a little bit more soft touch. I'm one of those people, when I get in a car, anything plastic, I'm going like, I'm doing stuff like that all the time. These seats are really nice. The dual zone climate control in this is really easy to... Excuse me, I'm trying to do a car review here. So these seats are really nice. They are pretty comfy. Actually, not pretty comfy, they are comfortable. The heated seats, they heat up really quick. The dual zone climate control is very easy to operate. I know sometimes when you get in vehicles and there's a dual zone climate control, you're like, oh, what am I doing? And I'm turning this knob, but it's adjusting the passenger side and I don't want that. This one's really cool because there's a little sync button here. Sync button. Can't talk today. If I hit the sync button, now I'm just controlling the driver's side, and that's how you control the dual zone. Hit sync back on. They're both synced to 70 now, and you're good to go. Really easy. I do like that. The brakes. This does have four-wheel disc brakes, which is really nice. I was expecting there to be drum brakes on the rear, but four-wheel disc brakes, so it does stop relatively quick. This is a brand new vehicle. It only has 795 miles on it, so everything's a little touchy right now. This backup camera, I do like this backup camera. It's really clear. I know sometimes with backup cameras, they can be kind of crappy, but this one, really clear picture. I like it a lot. All right, so we're putting it in sport mode. Let's see. Kind of weird how not in sport mode, it seems to shift better, but in normal mode, it's really weird. Like it just holds it at an odd RPM in first or second gear. Let's see if there's any torque steer. Wow, okay. So front wheel drive car, turbo, 174 horsepower. There we go, now we shift, okay. I always like to see, if there is torque steer. There's not a lot of torque steer in this, but with that being said, there's not a lot of horsepower here either. 174 horsepower, really shouldn't have any torque steer. So this does have lane departure assist. I understand the safety convenience of it. I just don't really like vehicles with lane departure assist. It's just something that I can never personally get used to, I feel like. I always think I have a flat tire for a second because all of a sudden the vehicle feels like it's pulling me. And I always feel like it always picks up the center line better than the outside white line on your right. Like right now we're drifting over. Oh, we got it. Okay, that one worked. Oh, white line again. See, now I'm just riding right on the white line. It moved again. All right. I don't know. It's cool, but it's just not something that I personally enjoy. So this car is intelligent. One of the safety features in here is called the ICRS, Intelligent Crash Response System. So what happens is if the airbags deploy or if the seatbelt fasteners lock, if that's the right word, seatbelt mechanism locks, it will kill the fuel pump, it will unlock the doors, it will turn on the hazards for you, and then I think also part of this is post-collision, if the airbags deploy, the vehicle can bring itself to a stop in case the driver's knocked unconscious or something like that, to avoid secondary collisions, which I think that's pretty cool. That I feel really safe in this car. Some cars, you get in, you're like, oh, like my 2002 Jeep Liberty that I daily drive, I sit up high and it has a bunch of body roll, and I'm like, this is not a safe vehicle. But I get in here and it's safe. I feel safe at least. So let's just it's in sport mode. Let's see what it feels like. Like I said, steering feels responsive, but it does feel kind of like a boat. There's a lot of body roll in this. And again, we're in a family sedan. I'm not expecting to have a super stiff ride and a super sporty ride, but one thing that I think VW could have done differently with this is I think it could have been more sporty. When I think of VW and I think of R-Line, I think of a Golf R and something sporty. And this R-Line pretty much has a grille on it and a few black trim pieces and things like that, wheels. I just think they could have made it a little more sporty. VW has their digital cockpit, I think is what it's called, and it's completely customizable dash, for your tack, oil temps, whatever, all the information you want. I wish that was in here, but I guess they just literally could not fit it in here. That's why it's not in here. But this gauge cluster looks good. I like it. Lighting looks really good on this right now. And then you do have your little digital gauge in the center. Right now I have my speed up. But everything seems pretty responsive. Click into oil temp, speed warning at 80 miles an hour. It's okay. Travel time, you know, flipping through the menu here, everything's responsive. The sound system in here also sounds really good, actually. I was very impressed with that. Sound system is A+ in my book. The steering wheel, soft touch, D-shaped steering wheel. For all the R badging, I kind of wish they just put a little R badge down here at the bottom of the steering wheel. That would have been nice. The touchscreen on this, on the infotainment system, when I was driving it earlier, just kind of messing around with it, sitting in my driveway, it was really responsive. I had no issues with it whatsoever. I think my favorite part of this interior is the dash, though. I like how the dash runs all the way from the steering wheel all the way to the passenger side door. The only thing that is kind of chintzy on it that I think is it doesn't blow air out of the center. It only blows air right here and then all the way over there on the right. So it's just for looks in the middle, but it does look really good. I was just, when I see that, I'm like, oh, that's gonna blow air throughout this whole cabin, but it doesn't. I think this is our last little twisty turny section, but there's a little bump right here. Ooh. Yeah, see, hitting bumps like that, it really wants to unsettle the car. But again, this is a family sedan. I'm not expecting it to be sporty. I just kind of have in my mind that it should be sporty because it says R-Line on it. Paddle shifters, pretty, I mean, they work. They work. Let's downshift to 3, 4. Now, you shift smooth, but they're there if you want to use them, but you're probably not going to use them. You know, overall, I think this is a solid car for the price. You're looking at pretty much $30,000. Your competition, if you're looking at a mid-sized family sedan, would probably be like a Mazda 6, Honda Accord, or Toyota Camry. I haven't driven a Camry yet, haven't driven a Mazda 6 either. I have spent a lot of time in a Honda Accords. For my normal 9-to-5 job, we drive them to Chicago to the airport and back all the time. And ours are the fully loaded ones, I forget the exact trim. But if it's between those two for me, I'm choosing this. You know, for 2020, they redesigned the exterior of this. It's still kind of the same old Passat that it has been for what, the last like 18 years or so. But this is a better interior and I think exterior. I do like the Honda Accords. I think they look good. They kind of remind me of like an Audi, you know, S7 or RS7 with that sport back. But this is an overall nicer vehicle, I think, for roughly the same price. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you haven't already, please go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good one.